My name is Brooke McKinney and I'm an instructional designer for Samford University. And my talk today is called From Prompts to Partners, Context-Aware AI in Instructional Design. One of the conference themes this year is Did You AI That? And for me, AI is part of nearly every workflow I complete, and it's made me question how I got here. As instructional designers, we spend a lot of time hearing about what AI may take away from the work that we do. But what if we flip the story? What if AI could make our work more human, more empathetic, more purposeful, and more aligned to how we actually think and design? This presentation explores how context-aware AI agents, tools we can train to understand our standards and values, are helping to streamline design processes without losing the heart behind them. Increasingly, educators face the same question: how do we use AI intentionally without losing that human touch? Too often, AI gets equated with shortcuts, with delegation instead of design. But what if we treated design thinking as a challenge and not a delegation problem? What if we used AI to enhance and not erase our creative process? And this is built on the idea that instructional design tends to thrive on structure. That's rubrics, templates, accessibility checks, alignment maps. But structure can sometimes eclipse strategy. We spend a lot of time aligning text and lose time on aligning our ideas. And the paradox is that the systems we build to ensure quality can also stifle our creativity. But what if design thinking could teach AI? That is, what if we could ground technology in empathy, context, and purpose? Where humans define the why and for whom of each design decision before automation enters the process. Design thinking has always been about empathy, understanding the user, defining the problem, and creating purposeful solutions. But what if we brought those same principles to AI? What if we could teach our tools to think contextually and to reflect human values and standards? So AI's strength, we all know, is automation. It's great at process. It's great at pattern recognition, but design still requires the human input, the purpose, the judgment, empathy, and context, which are distinctly human strengths. When you bring those two together, though, AI doesn't replace us, it amplifies us. It can lead to design innovation. So what I found, and this is how I've operationalized humanized design, is encoding standards and care into AI's thinking. And you may ask, why agents and not just prompts for use in AI inputs? And that's because prompts generally tend to be one-offs. Agents can be repeatable systems that carry context from one task to the next. Think of the four pillars that turn AI into a real teammate. So think about inserting your institutional standards, your tone, formatting, and goals, your reusable workflows, and context training, teaching the agent who it's writing as, for whom, and to what end. When those pillars are encoded, the agent stops guessing and starts behaving like your process. That's the moment AI moves from do this task to an actual partner, a collaborator. So this is my case example. I called it the Course Design Companion. It was a custom AI agent trained on Samford's course design standards, Quality Matters 7th edition rubric, the City Labs formatting rules, and when you can give it a vague or incomplete prompt, say make a module overview, and it uses that context to generate a Canvas ready page with measurable objectives, purpose statements, topics, and accessibility built in. It doesn't just make content, it makes aligned content. So this is my experiment at work. You can see I gave it a discussion prompt that was very brief. And instantly from my input, it knows that I am making an assignment. It gives me a purpose statement, an estimated time statement, resources, grading criterion, all ready to be copied into a Canvas ready HTML page. So this all has generated a complete student-facing page, and the result is about 30 minutes saved for me per module and a more consistent student-centered product. This is it at work again. So the input, you could see the objectives were unmeasurable. There was no purpose aligned statement or topics list. And what was generated, it used the context to create a student-facing page with purpose statements, topic statements, and you can see, if you look closely enough, that the objectives themselves are now aligned as well. They've been rewritten to align to the assignment. Again, the result is about 30 minutes saved per module and really consistent quality across pages while going through constant quality checks to make sure alignment is happening. Here's another before and after example. You could see on the before there are inconsistent headers, inaccessible tables, there's color only emphasis, and there's no clear student context. The after, there is semantic structure, there's full accessibility compliance, there's a clear tone of care, there's academic integrity statements, time estimates, and there's a readable hierarchy. So the difference here isn't just the formatting, it's empathy made visible. It's truly caring about the student and understanding what obstacles the student may face and designing in light of those. So what is a context filter? How does it know how to do that? It uses a context filter, and that's something that helps AI see through your lens. It's the human lens defining what's relevant in the situation. Without context, AI tends to give you a generic output, but with it, it starts aligning to your role, your goals, your environment, and even your tone. There are 5 key signals that the human provides: the role or perspective, who the agent is being, the purpose and goal, what needs to be achieved, the boundaries, what to avoid or exclude in the output, your tone and style, how should it sound, and then your environment and your audience, where and whom it's for, where and for whom it's used. In short, we teach AI our boundaries, our empathy, and our voice. And that's how we turn prompts into partnerships. That's how you create an agent that is a true collaborator. When I say you're an instructional designer creating a Canvas discussion for a 200 level nursing course, that incomplete prompt will immediately prompt the AI agent to know who it's writing as, who it's writing for, and what standards to follow and how it should sound. That's contextual intelligence. It's not about teaching AI to think like us, it's about teaching it to understand why we think the way we do. The power of contextual intelligence. Here's the workflow in action. So you can see the prompt goes in, the context filter shapes the reasoning, and the output reflects both process and purpose. So when we embed context filters into our prompts, we reduce AI hallucination, it just making things up that aren't actually relevant or needed. We increase accuracy, and we strengthen and constantly do checks on alignment. So the more we teach AI our frameworks, the more it reflects our overall values and standards. There are 3 principles for better AI collaboration. Context before commands tell the AI who it is and why it is working. Set constraints, specify your structure, your tone, and your format. Anchor to purpose, connect your tasks to learning or business goals. And all of that together creates a true collaborator where you can put in an incomplete prompt, but still have the human aspect working back with you. This work has taught me a few things. AI excels at process, but humans excel at purpose. Teaching AI our standards sharpens our own clarity. Transparency matters, show when and how AI contributed. And collaboration beats competition. We design better when we design together. AI becomes humanizing when it learns to honor our context, our learners, our standards, and our compassion. The goal isn't just efficiency alone, it's designing systems that scale empathy and creativity and not just content. And that's how context-aware design transforms automation into care, and why our future in learning design is both smarter and more human. And speaking of that future, the next chapter, this is where I see things going. AI that's trained on institutional frameworks, transparent collaboration between human and machine, and every process being humanized through purpose. That's what context aware design systems will look like at scale, not replacing your creativity, but reinforcing it. So the next time someone asks, did you AI that? You can say yes, and it made the human part even better, because the future of design isn't man or machine, it's man and machine, working with context, creativity, and care. So if you would like to keep the conversation going or build your own context-aware AI agent, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I am Brooke McKinney at the Faculty Success Center at Samford University. And let's design the future together, one context-aware workflow at a time. Thank you.